Hello and welcome to another lesson. We are going to continue with word problems involving fractions. Okay, so we have done quite a number of questions. Okay, again, I'll try to keep this hopefully in about 20 minutes or under. Okay, so we have done this question, we have done this one and this one. So today we're going to start off with the next question here. Alright, so what's the difference between this question and the rest of the questions that we have done? Basically, for this fraction, we have a fraction with unit and another without units. Compared to the previous ones, both fractions comes with units. So what's the difference? Okay, so the difference is when there's units, remember, let's recap a bit, we can subtract or add the fractions, but when we have one that has no units and one with units, you simply don't just add or subtract the fractions just like that. So let's read the questions and figure out how to solve this question. An Kang bought 3 kg of grapes. He ate 1.5 kg of grapes, and his brother ate 1/4 of the grapes. How much grapes were left? Okay, so we know we have the total here, which is 3 kg, and we have a fraction we have a fraction with a unit. So like we've mentioned before, if there's units, no issue, we can straight away subtract. Okay, so we'll take 3 kg minus 1.5. Alright, so if this comes out in paper 2, you can use your calculator. But if let's say it comes out in paper 1, so how do we minus a fraction from a whole number? Alright, so we'll do a regrouping. We'll take one whole out, so we are left with 2 here. So what do? We'll take 2 over 2 here and minus the 1.5. So what do we get? 2.5. So let's say in case you forget how to do this subtraction of fraction from a whole number, you can check out my other videos. And while you're at that, please do consider subscribing, because you do not want to miss any videos that I'm going to update. I hope the videos will really help you and help you understand maths better and improve in especially the word problems area. Alright, so let's continue from here. So we have 2.5 kg, and this is after he ate the grapes. Now, what about his brother? Okay, the common mistake that students make, they will do this. They will take 2.5 minus 1/4 and so on, and they'll get their answers, and that's not the right way. Because why? I've mentioned before, it doesn't work that way if it doesn't have a unit. Now, if we were to draw a model, okay, you don't have to draw a model for this, but in case if you were to draw a model, this is what it looks like. Again, model is not something that's compulsory. It's good if you can't visualize the question, but if you can visualize the question, there's no need for you to draw the models. So this is the whole grapes. Okay, so it's 3 kg. Now, and he ate 1 part out of the 4. So we can see here 4 units is 3 kg. We want 1 unit, because when we do unit method, we always try to find 1 unit. So this will be, again, a lot of students will do, 3 is smaller than 4. They will take 4 divided by 3. That's the wrong way. So remember, I told you in the first part of fractions, word problems involving fraction, straight away write this number down so you don't make that mistake, and divide it by 4, and we can change this to fraction, which is 3/4. And this is basically how much the brother ate. Okay, so we'll write down here, brother ate. Now, we know this is what's left after he ate the grapes, and this is what the brother ate. So the next part will be to subtract from what's left. Now, same method, make common denominator. Let me write that properly so you won't mistake that as an addition. Okay, we're gonna multiply by 2 to make the denominator 4. So we have 2 quarters minus 3 quarters. And in the previous part also I mentioned it's better to subtract the fractions. Okay, so here's a good example. What happens if you do not subtract the fractions first? You'll take 2 minus nothing, which is 2, and then you'll see 2 quarters minus 3 quarters, and you'll get confused how I'm going to subtract this. And what students do is they will take the larger number 3 minus 2 and they say, oh, it's easy, it's just 2 1/4. Okay, but that's not the right way. Okay, you cannot just simply take the right number minus the left number. It's always from the left to right. So how do we do this? Again, we have to do a regrouping. We'll take 1 whole and we'll take 4 out of 4 out. So we'll add it to this 2 out of 4, which will give us 6 out of 4 minus 3 quarters. We will get 1. 6 minus 3 is 3 quarters. So that's the answer. Okay, so for the first part here, again, we're just going to do a quick recap. For the first part, since we have a unit for the half, we can straight away subtract. And for the second part, since we do not have a unit, we can solve it by drawing a model like this. Okay, so I mentioned just now that you do not need to draw a model. Yes, but how do you solve it if you do not draw a model? Alright, so I'll take some space here to show you. Now, this is quite important. You'll use this a lot. I call this changing from English to maths. Okay, so what does that mean? Let me show you the example. Alright, so we have 1/4 of the grapes. This is eaten by who? By the brother. Okay, so let's write that down. Now, this is basically everything is in English except for the fraction. So we'll keep the fraction as it is because it's already in maths. We can see it's already in maths. Now, what does of means? Well, of simply means multiply. But multiply by what? Multiply by the grapes. And what's the grapes? It's 3 kg. So it's multiplied by 3 kg. Okay, you do not have to write the units here. So let's just get rid of the units. Now, so it's 1/4 times 3. Alright, so we've done this before. We put a denominator of 1. So we'll try to simplify, and we know we can't simplify, so it's 1 times 3, which is 3, and 4 times 1, which is 4, and you can see it's the same answer. And this is important. A lot of students, when they do this, they know how to do the multiplication, but they don't know what they get. So what is this? So that's why I put this in the bracket. Where do we get this? Here. His brother ate 1/4 of the grapes. So when we do this sum here, it is what his brother ate. That's why I put it in the bracket. So I can put it in the bracket here too. So this is what the brother ate. Alright. So this is one way to do, and I highly recommend this method, that you learn this method, because you'll be using this a lot. Okay, so I need to erase this for a while. Okay, so you have the video. If you need to copy this down, you can pause. And again, at any time, any point of time, if you want to try out first, please, you can pause the video, try it out, and then you can check with my working and see if you get the correct answer, or if you use a different method from mine, and you can compare which method you think is easier for you. And if you have a better method which you think is better, please do share in the comments so that I can adopt them maybe, alright, for other students, because not everyone would prefer the same method. Some will like another method. Maybe to them it's easier. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the next one, which is something that we have done before, like the previous questions, where all of the fractions and all of the digits here, all the values have units. So this is quite straightforward. A baker bought 4 kg of flour. He used 2/5 kg on Monday and half kg on Tuesday. How many kilograms of flour did he have left? So we can do the working, we can do the subtraction straight away. Again, because the clue is there's units. Alright, so here what I did is I just quickly combine everything. So I will, okay, but I will do it part by part here. I will change to denominator 10 first. Okay, times 5 times 5. So I have 4 minus 4 over 10 minus 5 over 10. Okay, now I will regroup this. This will become 3 10 over 10 minus 4 10 over 10 minus 5 10 over 10. Take note, I did not do the subtraction here first. Alright, another mistake some students might make, okay, for this case we can't do the subtraction because 410 is lesser than 510. Okay, another mistake that some students make, they will do the subtraction first. Remember, it's always from left to right. Alright, watch out for my videos in the future where we will do orders of operation, and we will talk more about these orders of operation. So for now, just remember it's left to right. Now, so how do we minus this? So we'll take 3 10 over 10 minus 4 over 10, which will give us 3 6 over 10 minus 5 over 10. It's okay, you can do it step by step, don't need to rush. And we get 3 1 over 10 kg, and this is our final answer for this question. Alright, let's go along to the next question. Mary had 3/8 meter of ribbon. June's ribbon was 4 times as long as Mary's ribbon. Find the total length of Mary and June. Find the total length of ribbon Mary and June had. Give your answer in meters. Now, for this question is something that you have done before in whole numbers. If they change this, to a whole number instead of fraction, everyone will be able to solve this question easily. But once they change it to fraction, somehow it's like a switch. Suddenly switch the brain off. Okay, it happens to many students. If it happens to you, don't panic. Okay, because why? It happens to many students from my observation. Now, let me share with you what I always tell my students. If you see the word times, this is comparing. Okay, what else are these comparing words? You see maybe the word twice. Okay, you see the word twice, or their sisters thrice. Okay, or 4 times, which is here 5 times, whatever it is. Okay, or you see the word more or less. These are all comparative words, which means you solve it with models. All right, please, if you see this word, please use models. Some of my students, they feel like, oh, this question's easy, so they skip the model part, and most of the times they make the careless mistakes. Alright, so let's continue with this. June and Mary. So how do we draw the model? June will have 4 times. Now, you might draw the model differently from me. What I mean is, I prefer to join the models here. Some of you would prefer to draw them separately like this. It doesn't matter, because again, models are just to represent the question. Alright, as long as you don't draw anything that's not accurate, or draw the units wrong, it's fine. Now, what else do we have? What other clues do we have? We have this 3/8 meter. So Mary here, Okay, Mary here has 3/8 meter. We want to find the total length. Now, let's say you're not very used to models. What you would do first is you would find June's the length of June's ribbon. You will see that June has 4 units, so you will take 3/8 multiplied by 4. Now, how do we multiply this? Same thing. Put a denominator of 1, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to simplify. Alright, simplify means we can divide any numerator with any denominator. Okay, so this will be divided by 4. Divided by 4, we will have 3/2, and do not leave your answer in improper fraction. This will be 1 1/2. Okay, 1 1/2. So this is whose ribbon? This is June's ribbons. Yes, this is June's ribbon. So we just write the initial there, J. Okay, because June has 4 times and Mary has 3/8. Then what you will do next is you will do an addition. You will take 1 1/2 plus 3/8. So this is a simple addition. This will give you 1 times 4, 4/8 plus 3/8. That will give you 1 7/8. And there's nothing wrong with this. It's fine. Now let's say you understand the question a bit more, and you understand model a bit more. When they ask for the total, you can straight away count how many units there are. So there's 5 units. So you know that 1 unit is 3/8. So you can straight away find 5 units. Okay, so how do we calculate 5 units? 3/8 multiply by 5. Now you take note here, you can't simplify here. So what do? You straight away multiply the numerator and the numerator, denominator and the denominator. So you get 15/8. And again, do not leave your answer in mixed number. Alright, improper fraction. Leave it in mixed number. So you get 1 7/8. Okay, and don't forget the units, because that will cost you half marks. Alright, now I think we are about almost 20 minutes in. So let's just finish these 2 other questions, and then that's it for this video. Alright. Okay, so the next question. The length of a rug is 3 meters and the breadth is 1/6 meter. 1/6 meter. What is the area of the rug? Again, a very familiar question that we've done before. It's a common area question. If they change this to a whole number, everyone will be able to do. But like I said just now, once they change these numbers to fractions, somehow it's like a key that turns off part of the student's brain and they get confused. Okay, so just stick to the basic. What do you know about areas? The formula for area is length times breadth. So where's the length? This is the length and this is the breadth. That's all. Straightforward question. Length times breadth. Okay, again, same rule. Simplify first. Any numerator and any denominator, and we know we can simplify 3 and 6. Divide by 3, 1. Divide by 3, 2. Numerator times numerator. Denominator times denominator. And that's our answer. 1/8 meters. Square meters. Okay. Students like to say 1/8 meters square. It's not actually 1/8 meters square. It's 1/8 square meters. Alright, straightforward question. And the last question for this video. Brady had a container filled with 8 liters of water. He poured 2/5 liter into bottle A and 3/10 liters into bottle B. How much water was left in the container? Again, all these are the same questions that we have done. This is the fraction comes with units. So what do? We can straight away subtract. Okay, for this time round, I'm going to subtract 1 by 1. So we do a regrouping. It's good that we're repeating questions so that you can firmly understand how to do not only the question but the basic things like regrouping to make whole numbers into mixed numbers. So we have 7, 5 over 5. Okay, so 7 is 7 whole, 5 over 5 is 1 whole, 7 whole plus 1 wholes equals to 8. And why did we choose 5? Because we're going to subtract a fraction that has a denominator of 5. So that's how we change the 8 into 7, 5 over 5. So we have 7, 3 over 5. And don't forget, we have another fraction to subtract. 7, 3 over 5 minus 3 over 10. Okay, we change to the denominator 10 this time round. Minus 3 over 10. We have 7, 3 over 10. That's all. That's our answer. Times 2, 6. Let me just check. 6 minus 3, correct. Okay, and don't forget the units. Okay, again, unit is half a mark. So that's it for this part. Okay, it's a short video, about 20 minutes this time around. Now, thanks for watching again. I hope this benefits you. And if you have any question, you can leave it in the comment. And if you have any other method that you use, please share with me in the comment. And do not forget to subscribe, please. And share this with other people that you know, so that they can also benefit from this. And I just want to stress how useful watching videos from YouTube is, because I'll try to make it short. And the reason is because I want to make it break it down so that it's easier for you to digest. It's not too long. Okay, and with videos you can pause, and anytime you feel you are ready to continue, you can continue again. So your brain is ready. Okay, it can absorb to its maximum potential. Okay, compared to having tuition, I'm not saying having tuition is bad, but compared to having tuition, you have to sit through the 1.5 hour in that one session. But when I break this down in 20 minutes, so you can have the same amount of time, 1.5 hour, broken down into different parts. So again, because it's important for your brain to have some rest so that it can absorb to its full potential. Alright, before I go, again, the resources will be in the description, video description, and do not forget to check out the other lessons. So that's all for now. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.